today I'll be reviewing this movie. It came out a couple of months ago. It's called Uncharted and this is starring Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg, and this movie is directed by Ruben Fisher. So this movie, it is based on video game. So whenever you're making movie based on video game, it can be really hard pleasing all those video gamer out there. They never like any movie based on video game. I feel like, because I liked some of this movie based on video game. I really liked Mortal Kombat, which wasn't a huge hit at the box office, but it did came out, same time as HBO Max and that thing we're doing. However, Uncharted starring Tom Holland, this movie did receive, such a mixed reaction from the critic. It was sitting really low at the Rotten Tomatoes score, but audience score on Rotten Tomatoes score for this movie is really high. So I had watching this movie really low expectation, but I actually really enjoyed this movie a lot. I thought overall this movie, it was really very entertaining. Okay, maybe the storytelling or the story itself, it wasn't as good as it could have been. Then again, that's how I hear it was in the video game. And it is based on that. They could have added some extra stuff, but they didn't, I guess. Because all I hear, this movie took some of the story from different video game. That is what I hear. So I thought this movie overall, it is very enjoyable. If you like Tom Holland, which I do, I really like him as a Spider-Man. And here he does bring all his charm here. And this movie, that is the reason actually. Because many people actually didn't like when they hired Tom Holland to play Nathan Drake. Many people are like, whoa, why Sony is getting him? He's too young to play this role. So this movie, it is kind of his, Nathan Drake's, his origin story you are watching. It's not his full-grown person yet, but end of this movie he does become that. So as the origin story and overall what was he trying to set up here, I really liked. So I do hope we get a sequel, although it did okay business at the box office. It made around $400 million. It is kind of successful, I will say, because it is $400 million it made, but it was $120 million budget. So I think it made its money back. I guess I'm trying to say I really want sequel because I really like this movie. What I like in this movie, it is Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. I thought they had really good chemistry on screen. That's something I never expected from this movie, because in the trailer it never shown, but in this movie they really work off each other really well. That is why in the middle act, when they introduced Sophie Ali, her character, I think they didn't needed her. They could have just shown Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland there solving this mystery. It couldn't be really good. It could have established their relationship a little bit more. But I get it because it's based on a video game, so they had to do that. They had to edit all this character. So I would say about this movie, it is my biggest gripe with this movie. I didn't like that. I didn't ruin my whole watching the movie or anything. It just that Antonio Banderas, his character, they just killed him off so quickly. That I didn't like. I thought his character could have been stick around a little bit longer for the third act. And what do I think about the third act? So, okay, here is the thing. All these two ships flying with each other. That scene. Well, it felt okay, some people saying, I don't know how the game is. So they're saying that's how it is in the game. So they try to recreate that scene. Overall, in this movie, it was really charming watch, but third act could have been more action-packed. I felt the action felt a little bit like on and off. It's good. It's not bad by any means. Overall, this movie, if you have seen it on streaming service or even on theater, if you like Tom Holland, it was a really good watch for me personally. But if you didn't like it, it's based on a video game, I also understand. But I really liked it, and I can't wait to see the sequel. And that's my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to share my other reviews on other movies. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.